half life, that is T1 half for a zero order reaction. Half life for a zero order reaction. We know that half life, which is denoted by T1 half, means the time required to remain one half initial concentration of reactant. That is the time in which a 50%, one half part of the initial concentration of reactant is converted into the product is known as half-life of given chemical reaction. Then for zero order reaction, according to a rate law, or from integrated rate equation, integrated rate law, we have the rate constant capital K for zero order reaction is equal to initial concentration of reactant A0 minus concentration of reactant remained behind, that is A suffix T, divided by time, gives the value for the rate constant for zero order reaction. Here A0 is equal to initial concentration when time is equal to 0, that is at the beginning of reaction. AT, concentration of A suffix T, is a concentration of reactants remained behind, at time is equal to T. This is our required equation obtained from integrated rate law for the zero order reaction. Then at half life, the time of reaction, that is small t, will be equal to half life. T means the time of a given reaction process at given instant. Here for half life, T become T1 half, and the quantity remain behind, AT, is equal to a initial concentration A0 divided by 2. Half life means the time required to consume one half of initial concentration of reactant, and hence A0 upon 2 is equal to AT. Hence equation number 1 becomes a rate constant capital K is equal to concentration of A0, that is initial concentration, minus concentration remained behind A0 divided by 2 upon T. Okay. After subtraction, first of all, to make the base similar for both terms, hence twice A0 minus A0 divided by twice T, that is K is equal to concentration of A0 divided by 2 into T1 half. But hence half life for zero order reaction is equal to initial concentration A0 divided by twice K. This equation gives half life for the zero order reaction, where concentration of A0 is equal to initial concentration and K is equal to a rate constant of the reaction, a rate constant. These equations clearly indicate that half-life of zero order reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reacting species. For zero order reaction, half-life is directly related with initial concentration of a reactant. But for first order reaction, No concentration term like that will be appeared in this equation. For first order reaction, T1 of is equal to 0.693 divided by rate constant K. That is for first order reaction, half life is independent on the concentration term. Okay, this equation gives half life for zero order reaction. Now we will learn some graphical representation for a zero order reaction. For zero order reaction, according to integrated rate law, concentration A suffix T is equal to minus K into T plus concentration of A0. Initial concentration, time, rate constant and concentration at given time interval, that is concentration of reacting species remain behind. These values, suppose this quantity is equal to Y, minus K is equal to M, T is equal to X and concentration of A suffix 0 is equal to C. That is, this equation is similar to Y is equal to mx plus C. Okay, here Y means concentration of AT, M means minus K, X is equal to T, C is equal to concentration of A0. Okay, that is, this equation is similar to a straight line equation. A straight line equation. This is a straight line equation. When we draw or we plot a graph of a concentration of AT versus a time. We plot the concentration of A suffix T versus a time, a small t. When we draw such kind of a graph, the nature of graph is a straight line graph. Here concentration of A0 is equal to C, that is intersect on this y-axis is equal to concentration of A0, that is a straight line graph will be obtained. A slope of this graph is equal to minus a rate constant for zero order reaction. This is the graphical representation. In this equation, Y, that is concentration of AT, again X means a time, intersect gives concentration of A0 and slope of the graph is equal to minus rate constant. Okay, this is the graphical representation for the zero order reaction. A catalytic reaction. First of all, we all know about a catalyst. What do you mean by catalyst? A catalyst means any substance, a substance which can increases the rate of given chemical reaction. A catalyst is a substance which can increases the rate of given chemical reaction. But a substance, a catalyst, does not involve, does not undergo a chemical changes, it do not react with reactant, is known as a catalyst. Then how this catalyst increases the rate of chemical reaction? This catalyst provides alternative path. It provides the alternative path which lowers or which decreases the activation energy. Okay, this catalyst provides the alternative path, alternative mechanism for a given chemical process which lowers activation energy. Activation energy. What do you mean by this activation energy? Activation energy means the minimum amount of energy required for the reactor to convert into the products. That is, for given chemical process, the reactor must have a sufficient amount of energy, and this sufficient amount of energy for a reactive species is called as a activation energy. This a catalyst provides a lower activation energy part for a given process or given change. For example, consider the decomposition of KClO3. Twice KClO3 gives twice KCl plus thrice O2 gas. At room temperature, the rate of reaction is very low. That is, the reaction is very slow at the room temperature in the absence of a catalyst. In the absence of a catalyst. When KMNO4 is used as a catalyst, that is, this catalyst increases the rate of this decomposition process. With the help of a catalyst KMNO4, the rate of this reaction increases, because this KMNO4 provides lower activation energy path to convert from reactant into the product. Okay, now we will consider a second example. Twice H2O2 gives twice water plus oxygen if all reactants and products are present in the gas states. Such conversion is very slow in the absence of a catalyst. When we use the iodide ion as a catalyst, the rate of a reaction increases, a reaction becomes very small. In absence of a catalyst, the activation energy is equal to a 76 kilojoule per mole. That is, a reactant must contain this kind of energy. Once again, in the absence of a catalyst, the activation energy of reaction is equal to 76 kilojoules per mole. That is, a reacting molecule must have such sufficient amount of energy for conversion of reactant into the product. That is, this is uncatalytic reaction. That is, catalyst is absent. When iodide ion is used as a catalyst, this activation energy become a 57 kilojoules per mole. A catalytic reaction. That is, here the activation energy is reduced by 19 kilojoules per mole by using a catalyst. That is, a catalyst provide lower activation energy path. Okay, we can show this with the help of a diagram. Suppose on y-axis there is a potential energy or energy, and x-axis a reaction coordinate, that is a progress of a reaction coordinates. Suppose at this stage our reactants are present, and here our products are formed. For this kind of conversion, a reactor must passes some energy barrier. That is, a reactor must passes such kind of a barrier. It is called as a potential energy barrier or activation. Suppose this is the value E0 when no catalyst is used. If we use the iodide ion as a catalyst, the height of this potential energy barrier goes on decreasing. Activation energy when a catalyst is used. That is, a reactor must have a minimum amount of energy. The height of a barrier goes on decreasing, and hence the rate of chemical reaction increases by using a catalyst. That is, catalyst provide lower activation energy path for given chemical reaction. Here we have completed all theoretical units for our chapter chemical kinetics. This chemical kinetics includes average rate, instantaneous rate, then a rate law or a differential rate law, its mathematical equation, a statement, then order of reaction, molecularity, first order reaction, zero order reaction, and a catalytic reaction. These are the major units we have studied in our 12th science standard. Okay, now we will stop here. Thank you very much.